Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is me Vidya from Millennial Mommyhood, and this is the first episode of homeschooling workshop for all the parents. Let us start this session by telling what this whole workshop is all about and what are the things that you're going to learn from it. This workshop is going to be a series of videos in which you'll be understanding that how you have to decide for homeschooling, what are the kind of topics that you can select, what are the type of executions that you can do under a particular topic, what are the kind of activities that you can select under a topic, what is the duration that you can follow for the same, how to plan and how to stay organized in a good way, what are the different kinds of resources that you can use for supporting your homeschooling journey, understanding your child and what your child needs and how to implement the same in your house, and so many more things. Basically, I'm going to tell you everything that is going to help you to homeschool your preschooler mainly super easily at home. So before we start this whole workshop, there are few concepts of homeschooling that is to be understood by all of us. So way before, like let me say 2 years back or something, the concept of homeschooling was totally different. There were very few parents who were choosing to go for homeschooling for children, and they had a completely different mindset, and the rules which are available in India and all these things were totally different. They used to go by that, and so many other things were there. But now homeschooling have become a very common term, especially in preschoolers, because we all know that because of the pandemic the schools have shut down and most of the play schools, the daycares and all these things are no more working. So all we are left with is a toddler or an infant or a preschooler and a parent who's totally clueless about what have to be done at home. Now, though there are a lot of activity boxes and a lot of online classes which are happening for the preschoolers, for the infants and toddlers as well, but what happens is most of the time the parent gets confused as to where to start, how to go about it and things like that. How to start with homeschooling at home is the first and the most important question that comes into a parent's mind. Now, if you have decided that you are not sending your child to any of the playgroup or play school or anything before the child goes to a particular higher class, then you are definitely homeschooling your child. Let me say, for example, in my case, I had plans of sending my child to a Montessori school. I had whole plans and things like I'm going to do this with him, that with him, we are going to send him in this school, that school, and so many other stuffs. But then the pandemic happened and everything changed for the good. But somehow I feel this homeschooling concept is something which have worked a lot, because homeschooling is something which have brought about a lot of growth in him as a child and also in me as a mom, or my husband as a parent, as a dad. So basically it is through homeschooling where we are getting to interact with a child way more than we would have interacted with him or her if they would have been sent to a normal regular play school, because all the things would be taken care by the teacher over there. And most of the times we even say that ma'am, you know my child way better than I know. So this is something which I have heard a lot from my students' parents as well, especially when I joined the school and I was made to teach very small class and very small children. So there were many times that parents used to come and say that ma'am, you know my child way better than I know. My child listens more to you than he listens to me. So ma'am, can you just put across this message to him, and can you just explain that to him that doing this is not good and doing that is right, and so many other things. So this is because the interaction between a teacher and a child was much more earlier as compared to now, because now we don't have that option. So that interaction time have also come to the head of the parents, and if used properly in a very good way, it can reap really good results. So in today's video, as I told you, I'm not going to talk a lot about the technicalities or anything of homeschooling. Just a very brief introduction, and just to tell you guys that homeschooling is not as tough as you people think it is. Especially for preschoolers, it is not at all tough, because we all know that there's a very famous saying, or there is a very famous quote which says that play is a child's work, which means it's actually through the play that the child learns all the concepts. So when you make sure that you are providing a proper guided play to your child, where the child is able to basically explore all his skills, explore all the themes, explore all the things that is there around him, then automatically he will start learning. You don't have to put any kind of extra added efforts on that, and trust me, it'll be a really beautiful and simple and smooth transition overall. I have been facing this, I've been doing this from like almost, I think when Dhruv turned 1 is when I decided that now is the time wherein I need to properly start teaching him topics, and it was not just normal skill refinement. So I started taking up topics and I started teaching him, and he's showing really good change. Like when I compare him with what he was a day back or a month back, the progress can be seen so nicely. So we are going to go by the same thing. So this is just the first episode to tell you guys my experience, tell you guys that you don't have to worry, and then we have a beautiful community out here. Millennial Mommyhood Learners Club is going to help you all achieve this concept of early learning very easily without being a burden, or without being tensed or scared about anything. This is going to happen beautifully. So that's it for today's video, guys. Stay tuned because I have a lot of videos coming up, and I'll be posting here almost every second day or something, and I will take you through a transition on how you can easily apply homeschooling with your child, with your preschooler or your infant or your toddler, easily at home without any tension. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.